Good morning, everyone. Our topic for today is my truth true? Which to me brings up the question of ultimate truth and relative truth. Is there one truth that is true, or is truth a variable thing that has many angles and sides? It's something that we have, as people, have been talking about for a long time. The idea of relative truth is an old one. There's a great line from Star Trek that I always remember stuck in my head that was said by Captain Jean-Luc Picard. The first duty of every Starfleet officer is to the truth, whether it's scientific truth or personal truth or historical truth. I think that of those three options, personal truth is the most relative and one reason why people disagree on so many things. I was introduced to this idea for the first time when I was a kid through the story that I'm about to tell you. It's a story that many of you probably think you know, the story of the Three Little Pigs. Except it's not really. It's actually the story of the big bad wolf. You see, one thing about that story that no one knows is that the big bad wolf was not actually that bad at all. She also had a pretty bad cold that day. She was hoping to make herself some of her favorite treats that always helped her to feel better when she was feeling sick: candied bacon. Now, I know what you're thinking, and that's not it either. She didn't want the pigs for the bacon. She had plenty of bacon in the fridge. What she didn't have was any sugar. And of course, you need sugar to properly candy bacon. Now, this story takes place a long time ago, long before COVID, when you could still go out when you were sick. It was also a long time before you could just order groceries to come to your house. So the sick wolf grabbed a bowl and headed out to see if her new neighbors would be able to spare a bowl of sugar. She got to the nearest house, a small house made out of straw, and when she approached to knock on the door, she heard the startled snuffle of a pig. She knocked on the door and said, "Hello, I'm your new neighbor. Would you have a bowl of sugar to spare so that I might make myself feel better?" The little pig inside peeked out through a loophole in the door and saw a big bad wolf outside. He got very scared and said, "Oh, no, you don't. You're not getting in here to gobble me up. Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin." The wolf outside replied, "I don't want to gobble you. I just want some sugar. If I don't get any, I won't be able to make my special treat. And then I and I and and the wolf sneezed with the strength of a small tornado and blew the straw house to pieces. The startled piggy squealed with fear and ran away to the next house, his big brother's house, made of nice big sticks. The wolf was sad and didn't know what to do. There was no other way she could think of to get some sugar. She'd have to try again. So she walked right up to the door of the stick house and knocked on it. "Excuse me, little pigs. I don't want any trouble. I'm just hoping you could give me a bowl of sugar so that I could make my special treat and cheer myself up. I'm feeling rather sick today, you see, and I've always felt better once I've had some candied bacon." At this point, there was a loud yelp from inside. "Candied bacon? Oh, no, you don't, you mean old wolf. You're not getting in here and making us into bacon. Not by the hair on our chinny chin chins." At this point, the wolf started to howl with sadness. "Oh, please, little pigs. I don't know how else to make myself feel better. Please, I need a bowl of sugar to make my special treat, or else I'll just feel and I'll and and the wolf sneezed with the strength of a small tornado, and the house made of sticks was blown to pieces. The little pigs inside squealed with fear and ran as fast as they could to the next and last house in line, their big sister's house made of bricks. When the wolf, who still desperately wanted to get that sugar, got to the door and knocked, she was very upset. "Please, little pigs, please. I promise I'll just leave my bowl here by the door and then I'll back up and you can fill it with sugar and just put it back outside the door. Please, I just want to make my special treat." And from inside, she heard the voice of the third little piggy. Well, I'm sorry, but this door is not opening while you are anywhere nearby. You done scared my little brothers half to death. Go on now, wolf. You're not getting in here. Not by the hair on our chinny chin chins. Well, that was enough for the wolf. She started to howl and cry and get very upset. And she started to cough and sneeze with the strength of a medium tornado. Luckily, the brick house was set into the ground properly and stayed standing strong. After she had calmed herself down a little bit, the wolf threw her bowl down in frustration and stomped off back to her house, resolved to be sick and unhappy until she got better. It wasn't until hours later, when she went out to take a walk in the woods and watch the sunset, that she noticed her bowl filled with sugar just sitting outside her door. At least, that's how I learned the story. But I'll follow our fourth principle and let you decide which story do you think is more true, the pig's story or the wolf's? Or do you think that both versions could be true, or at least partly true? I hope you think about it, and if you do, I hope you reach out to me and tell me what you've chosen. For now, that's all the time I have for today, so thank you for listening.